So this was gonna be for people that may be similar yet a little different than me. I started something new. And if you read the title of this video, it's because I put myself out there and I tried and did something that I've never done before, that I've always aspired to do in my life. And growing up as somebody, like, I'm 5'7", so I've always been undersized, but I've always had grit. I'm a strong guy. I'm fierce. I'm ferocious. I've been through some hard shit. But as far as skilled, trained fighting, I've never done that. I've never been taught that. So it's always been like, oh, I get mad, I see red. Or like, you had some backyard scraps with the boys, but never some shit where I'm learning the skill and art of fighting. So I put myself out there and I joined the gym. And when I tell you, first of all, I thought I was athletic. I'm not athletic for real. I remember in one of my classes in college, I got a degree in exercise physiology, exercise science. So I know this shit. They talk about how there's like Olympic athletes, right? And there's two sides of the totem pole. There are people who can do the most insane amounts of powerlifting, lift thousands of pounds, and they're huge guys. Then there are, on the opposite side of the totem pole, there are people who can run hundreds of miles consistently, just going insanely fast marathon runners. And then right in the middle are fighters, because you have to have an extreme amount of physical strength and also a lot of endurance. And to be able to still be able to throw a punch while fatigued, and also be able to still be able to stay on top and focused while fatigued, is a battle unlike any other. So I say that to say, I'm not as fit as I thought I was. I'll tell you that. I almost threw up from this fucking old man's workout. Hell of a guy. I'm not gonna lie. Hell of a guy is exactly what you want. If you ever wanted to go like an old school Rocky gym, old fucking guy cussing at you, telling you what the fuck to do and you're doing it wrong, some real Fight Club shit, I was fucking with it. I'm not gonna lie. That shit right there, it spoke to me. I needed that. So, needless to say, I dropped in for my first class. I was gassed, bro. I've never used a jump rope in fucking forever. Like, I'm doing all types of HIIT workouts, intense core, sparring, all types of shit, bro. It's insane. And I'm not even at the part where I'm really sparring. Like, I'm just really in there throwing blows, like the shit where the niggas, like, you'll be surprised how much your shoulders ache, your body's fatigued, and you're still drenched in sweat in this hot ass gym, and you're still going. Like, Planet Fitness will never be able to fuck with that level of intensity. Now, granted, I still train because I want to be able to keep my muscle mass, keep my strength, my hypertrophy growing. But I'll tell you one thing, that like team-based workout, that competitive, that extra edge type of workout, bro, it's like no other. It's taking me back to high school, and it's only high school in a sense of like, bro, I haven't worked out like this. I haven't worked out this intensely in a long time. I haven't trained with a team like this in a long time. But there's something new in the fighting style and the art of fighting that I'm learning. And I was talking to my boy about this. We had a yap session, essentially, just talking about how if you're untrained, which most of you are, you may think you can fight, you can scrap crazy, but if you're untrained, there's a guy who is literally half your size that'll kick your fucking ass who's trained. And that's okay, because you should want to learn how to fight. But anyway, we were talking about the premise that, like, there's people out here who think that they could just fight naturally. And when you think of naturally fighting, that's still a fighting style. Like, okay, you think you get mad, you just throw punches. Well, we've been fighting for centuries, and people determined boxing was a way to fight with your hands and to be able to effectively move and hit somebody and keep moving. And that's why they discovered boxing. Or if you want to wrestle somebody, well, they have wrestling and they have jiu-jitsu, because you may think that you know how to wrestle a motherfucker on the ground, but there's people who have studied the art of wrestling somebody on the ground. You understand where I'm going with this? Like, all of these things, these different fighting styles, are built and created because, think about it, humans were put here to eat, survive, sleep, fuck, and kill. So, sometimes you had to fight other humans. And how do we fight other humans? If you just see red, well then you can only do so much. But if you learn how to fight, well then you learn the skill and the art of fighting. So, in all those different facets of the way in which you can fight, that's how you can choose to learn your discipline. You can learn how to fight on the ground, you can learn how to grapple, you can learn how to strike, you can learn how to kick, you can learn how to do a lot of different ways to move your body, in which humans have discovered the science and the art behind each style. So if you just think Joe Schmo, oh, I could kickbox, fight, grapple, and grapple a motherfucker just because I get mad and I'm Timmy Tough Knuckles, no, you can't. No, you can't. Well, you can, but you're gonna get your ass kicked eventually, because there's people out here who have studied the art of the discipline in which you're trying to do yourself. So, needless to say, all those people out there that see red and they think they can kick somebody's ass, but you might be able to until you run into somebody who really knows how to fight. It's dope to try. Put yourself out there, be a beginner, be somebody who doesn't know everything again, and really be able to take it all in, because you'll understand what I'm saying when you step in that arena. They always say there's a bunch of people out in the crowd talking shit, but there's only one man, well, two men in the arena. That's the guy who's really learning, putting the reps in this fucking life. Be the man in the fucking arena, because it'll do you wonders in life, bro. Like, 10 out of 10, highly recommending the experience. I can't wait to go back. Can't wait to get my ass kicked eventually so I can learn and kick more people's ass and then try to fuck with me on the street.